Did you do push-ups every single day? How many sets did you do every day? This is fake. You went to the gym. After posting my 200 push-ups for 30 days video, I received lots of comments and questions from you guys, and I'm going to try to address some of the most asked questions and explain to you the context within which I carried out this challenge. Let's get right into it. So first of all, let's talk about how I structured my workouts. I did the 200 reps in one workout session, and every session lasted on the average roughly about 30 minutes. Now these 200 reps were broken down into 10 sets with a rest time of 2 minutes between each set. So I grind out 20 reps, take a break for 2 minutes, and then get back to pushing up until I hit 200 reps. Now about halfway through the session, I'm no longer able to do 200 reps continuously, and so I take a few seconds off, about 15 to 30 seconds, and then continue until I hit 20 reps. I also included different variations, which I'll talk more about later on in the video. Now if you can't do 200 reps per session, it's okay to spread it across the day, or do a morning and evening split, and you don't have to do 200 push-ups. You can do 100 a day and break it down into 10 sets of 10 reps. If 50 is what you can do in a day, just do 50. Just start from where you are. For example, Tiwithi in the comments said he started with 30 reps a day before bed and progressed to 3 sets of 30. Starting is the biggest challenge. Don't be disheartened if you can't do 200 a day. Just work up to it progressively. Let it be your goal. Soon it won't be a goal, it will be just a memory. I included about 7 to 10 variations during this challenge. However, until the second week, all I did was regular push-ups to get me in the groove. I slowly introduced more difficult variations as the challenge progressed and did not more than 3 variations per session, with the regular push-ups and diamond push-ups featuring most prominently throughout the challenge. Progressive overload is a very important factor in muscle building, and I probably would have seen very little results if all I did was regular push-ups. Instead, what I did was to introduce more difficult variations and add on weights. The variations I used included the regular push-ups, the wide arm push-ups, diamond push-ups, archer push-ups, explosive push-ups, weighted push-ups, and dive bomber push-ups. Again, you don't have to do every single variation in one session. Just pick 1 to 3, stick to them for some time before moving on to more difficult ones. Now guys, did I do 200 push-ups every single day? Now the answer is a straight no. Given the intensity of the sessions, it is absolutely not possible for me to be able to do that. This challenge took me about 2 months, which is why mindset is so important. I talk a lot more about mindset at the end of the video. Within those 2 months, there were 30 days of workouts and roughly 30 days of rest. Some days I took just a day off, and there were days I took 2 days off after 2 to 3 continuous days of working out. 200 push-ups for 30 days can be quite a stretch for your muscles and joints and can lead to injuries, which I also talk about later in the video. You don't have to work out every single day of the week. It's been proven in several studies that resting after workout not only reduces your risk of injury, but also helps in muscle repair and recovery. I usually ate twice a day, and this stayed pretty much the same throughout the challenge. Now my meals consisted mainly of carbs, but I increased my protein intake just for the sake of this challenge. I feel like if I'd increased my food intake to 3 to 4 times a day, I could have seen slightly different results. And so if your goal is to build muscle or get a little bigger, you may want to increase your calorie intake. My main sources of protein were chicken, black-eyed peas, and eggs, and as much as possible, I tried to stay away from processed and sugary foods. So basically, that was my diet. No counting of calories, nothing fancy. Guys, for the entire duration of this challenge, all I did was just push-ups. No gym, no ab workout, no supplements, no steroids, nothing. Just push-ups. Quite a number of you thought it was impossible to get the results I had without gym equipment, which is absolutely not true. Push-ups are probably one of the most underrated exercises in the world. Without gym equipment, you'll be amazed how much push-ups can actually transform your physique. Well, maybe not in a month, but within 2 to 3 months, you should start to see some decent results, with proper nutrition, of course. Well, at this point, I think I need to let you guys know that I am not new to working out. I started taking home workouts serious in 2020 when the entire world was under lockdown. After a long layoff, about 1.5 years, I decided to start working out again, and I thought a great way to start would be a 30-day push-up challenge. Obviously, my previous workout experience played a part in the kind of results I got and made me able to put in those high reps of the other push-up variations. Muscle memory was clearly at play here. So guys, I'm not new to push-ups and home workouts. Thought it was important to get that across to you guys. Quite a number of you had a thing or two to share about my before and after photos. Frank Hernandez had this to say: the best way to do the before and after photos is after first day workout pump versus after last day workout pump. Which sounds reasonable because the variables are pretty much the same. Both photos have a pump. What I did was use a photo on the first day before workout and the photo on the last day after workout, which, to be honest, is not a fair comparison. In my opinion, a better way to have done this should have been a photo before workout on the first day versus a photo taken 1 or 2 days after the challenge. This would give a more realistic view on how much progress has been made. Also keep in mind that to make the comparison a fair one, certain factors have to come to play, like the distance of the image from the camera, position and angle of the camera, and of course, lighting. If you watch the challenge video, you probably know that I picked up an injury as early as the 3rd day. Yeah. Now this got me really devastated because I really wanted to see this challenge through and was scared this injury wouldn't let me. But of course, my health and well-being should be of utmost priority to me and not some 30-day challenge. I don't know what kind of injury this was, but this is how it happened. In one of my pushing movements, I suddenly felt a sharp pain in the area between my right scapula and spine. I felt so much pain doing simple tasks such as walking, bending, and even turning my head. I took about 4 days off, no workouts, no push-ups, nothing. By the 5th day, I felt okay and then resumed the challenge. If there's one thing I learned from this challenge, it is that it's important to not start all guns blazing. Take it easy at first and gradually build intensity as the days go by. Pay attention to your form and technique and don't overexert so much to the point of injury, which will probably set you back for months, if not years. Let's have a little chat about mindset. Guys, if you have no compelling reason why you are taking up this challenge, you'll probably give up before you're halfway through it. And this happens with everything in life. Lots of you were inspired by the video and said you were going to start a challenge. But without the right mindset, without a compelling reason, you most likely won't get to the end. Because like I said in the transformation video, the body only achieves what the mind believes. So before you start, find out what is your why. Why do you want to take up this challenge? Why do you want to transform your body? Give your mind a good enough reason to follow through with the challenge. Maybe it's to finally stand up to bullies or for the attention of that girl you've been crushing on, or you just want to get fitter and healthier. Once you find out what your compelling reason is, you must believe it's possible. Believe you can actually transform your body if you put in the work. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, the mind is the limit. As long as you can envision the fact that you can do something, you can do it. So, can you get good results with push-ups? Absolutely, as several people within the comments attested. Will you get results like mine in 1 month? Probably not. You can get some muscle and a little definition, but you won't see any significant changes until about 2 to 3 months later. We should understand that building muscle is not a sprint, but a marathon, and it does take time. But with dedication, proper diet, the right training technique and intensity, and most importantly, patience, we can all achieve our goals. It's all in the mind. See you in the next one.